Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of I Love the 80s. I'm one of your hosts for the evening, Chip Chesterfield, and this week we're going to be focusing on the year of 1985. God, I would give anything to go back.
While Chip is dealing with his personal issues, my name is Patty Patterson, and we're going to begin our show by talking about the politics of the time. Ronald Reagan was sworn into office for his second term this year. It appears that Chip would prefer to do this segment.
The 99th Congress met during 1985 and debated heatedly over abortion. Ronald Reagan was president and worked with Mikhail Gorbachev to end the Cold War, and thank God he did, because those Russians sure do know how to party.
That's nice. Anyway, there were also many domestic developments during 1985. Violence picked up with Ted Kaczynski, more popularly known as the Unabomber, when he sent an explosive device to several universities and airlines. He injured John Hauser at UC Berkeley on May 15th, and on June 13th in Auburn, Washington, police defused a bomb sent to Boeing. On a more positive note, the FDA approved a blood test for AIDS, used since then to screen all blood donations in the United States. Live Aid pop concerts in Philadelphia and London raised over £50 million for famine relief in Ethiopia.
I remember the first concert I ever went to. Woodstock, those were the days. In the world of music, Like a Virgin reached top of the charts with Summer of '69 and Walk It On Sunshine also being recorded this year. In Hollywood, the charity single We Are the World was recorded for Africa by a plethora of famous singers. Speaking of Hollywood, the following movies were released in 1985. Back to the Future, The Goonies, The Breakfast Club, and Nightmare on Elm Street. In the realm of sports, the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl 19. The Kansas City Royals defeated the St. Louis Cardinals in the World Series. And following the collapse of the National American Soccer League, a great tragedy, the Major Indoor Soccer League grew in popularity. On a side note, Microsoft released their first version of Windows and Nintendo released the NES in the United States, helping me through my second marriage.
Oh yeah, the NES was first released in Japan in 1983. Speaking of Japan, Hiroshima noted the 40th anniversary of the atomic bombing that took place at the end of World War II. Around the same time, Mikhail Gorbachev became the General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party and de facto leader of the Soviet Union. The Iran-Contra affair also began in 1985, when President Ronald Reagan's administration supplied weapons to Iran in hopes of securing the release of American hostages held in Lebanon by the Hezbollah terrorists loyal to the Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran's leader. Also, in Brussels, Belgium, disaster struck when escaping fans were pressed against a collapsing wall in the Hazel Stadium before the start of the 1985 European Cup final between Juventus of Italy and Liverpool. 39 people were killed and 250 were wounded. Further disasters happened in Bangladesh and Mexico City. Bangladesh was hit by a tropical cyclone and a storm surge, which killed approximately 10,000 people. An 8.1 Richter scale earthquake struck Mexico City, causing more than 9,000 deaths, 30,000 injuries, and left 95,000 homeless.
Although I was facing some of my roughest economic times during the year 1985, the country as a whole was experiencing its second full year of expansion after back-to-back recessions with a real GDP growth of 4.2%. Businesses which flourished during this time were ExxonMobil, General Motors, Ford Motor, and Texaco. Businesses which struggled at this time were Apple, which had only sold 10% of the Macs, which Steve Jobs had predicted, and AOL, as it had just been starting out, but eventually it ended up finding plenty of future success and ruining another one of my marriages, as it's where Wifey 3 began talking to Bob. Oh, Clarice. Where did we go wrong?
Okay. Well, all in all, 1985 was a good year for most of us. Gorbachev came to power and introduced plans of glasnost and perestroika, leading to the fall of the Soviet Union and eventual peace agreements between the United States and Russia. the country's economic standing improved greatly, and some of the most iconic movies and songs came out. Despite a few disasters throughout the year, it was a good one for all of us but you, Chip.
Yeah. Thank you and good night. I'm gonna go call my ex-wife. Hello, and welcome to this episode.
I'm gonna laugh.
Alright. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of I Love.
I was breathing. You started too early. Okay.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of I Love the. Why? Why are you laughing? Hello and welcome to this week's episode of I Love the 80s. I'm one of your hosts.
How did you mess up already?
No, it's fine. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of I Love the 80s. I'm one of your hosts, Chip Chesterfield. Okay. I forgot. Alright, we can just do it again. Alright, ready?
Before the start of the 1985 European Cup final between would that J be silent or whatever?
Juventus.
Okay, wow, I can totally say that.
Say
That's
the way.
cool.
Juventus. Also, I spelled
Juventus.
the drink. I spelled the drink.
You did?
That was so long.
Oh, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. Okay. Oh yeah, the NES was first released.
Oh yeah, the NES.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I talk with an accent?
4.2%. Businesses which flourished at the time.
At the Tim.
Motors. 0.2%. Businesses which flourished during this time were ExxonMobil, General Motors, Ford Motor.
Fudge murder.
Ford Motor.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Okay, we can do this.
ExxonMobil, General Motors, Ford.
How do you keep messing this up?
And then I go Ford.
Ford Motors.
Ford Motor. Take it easy. If I keep having to take shots of this, I swear to God.
Shots.